So Halo Infinite recently had its second flight for Big Team Battle, and honestly, I have to say it was a pretty damn fun flight, if I do say so myself. Sorry about my sudden lack of ability to speak, but I'm a bit special, okay? And to say the least, people are enjoying it a lot. Like, one look at the Halo Twitter, you'll see a few complaints about BR starts, but other than that, for the most part, the talk about Halo Infinite's multiplayer is pretty positive. Of course, there's still a bit of feedback that the community is giving, but overall, that's fine. I think it's good that the community is giving feedback. However, for some reason, there are people who decide to shit on the game for console war, and today, one of these people is no exception. Today, we are looking at our favorite console gaming grifter known as Crapgamer Reviews. He's a channel who was originally an Xbox fanboy, and then became a Sony fanboy after Phil Spencer roasted him on Twitter for canceling his pre-order of Quantum Break because people got to play the game on PC. And then has recently been active switching up and then switching back and then just not being able to pick a side. Dude's like a unfaithful ex at this point. You never know what he's on about anymore. So anyway, let's take a look at this video, shall we now?
You know, the Halo technical preview, or whatever the hell that was, just went off over the weekend, and a lot of people, I guess, were playing it. I got an invite to it, but didn't get a chance to go into it. I'm not the biggest fan of Halo multiplayer. Like, I've played it back in the day. I think mostly I played...
Right here, he just goes on about how he played Halo in the past. Overall, I'm just going to skip over this part as it's really unrelated to the topic of the video.
I watched a lot of videos. I, have an active social media, seeing people come in and play the game, and noticing, and a lot of people were mentioning that the game had some issues and some actual downgrades and stuff like that.
I mean, of course it's gonna have issues. No game is without issues. Plus, it's not even the finished build of the game, so there's bound to be several issues. As for downgrades, I literally cannot find a single place where there's a downgrade, except maybe the drop wall's strength.
It's not really surprising. I mean, at this particular point, this game is over a year since the point where it's supposed to basically have come out, and 343 Industries is in desperate need of like an overhaul, as well as completely new leadership and things like that.
Why does this man sound like the entire player base of Halo 5? It's funny how he misrepresents 343 here, as 343 literally did get new leadership in the form of Joseph Staten, who, may I mention, was one of the original devs on Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, and ODST. And by the way, almost made the first Destiny before he got cucked out by Bungie and Activision. Plus, considering that 343's current leadership of new and old devs is doing pretty good, I wouldn't say there's a leadership change needed.
One of the things that I'll say is, no matter what, I think everybody will agree that Bungie Halo is the best Halo. I think that that's probably pretty obvious.
Well, yeah, but also Bungie technically caused the downfall of Halo as well by making Halo Reach. People like to shit on 343 a lot for ruining the franchise, and I'm not going to deny that they've made a shitload of mistakes as well. But people seem to also forget that Bungie made Halo Reach, which fundamentally changed up Halo's gameplay.
I mean, it's their baby, so why wouldn't it be? It's just like Epic Games. Gears of War is the best Gears of War. I mean, it's just you have to be honest about these things, because the truth just kind of slaps you in the face with this, and for me personally, I just find it to be very humorous when people try to deny that. It's like, man, Halo had a heyday. Halo 3 was it. You know what I mean? Halo 3 was the heyday for Halo. People can try and relive the past, but it's never the same. You can never go back.
Well, no shit. It's almost like we can't fucking time travel. And also, it's almost like Halo 3 was years ago. And it's almost like 343 cannot make a Bungie game, and Bungie can't make a 343 game.
And so obviously you see Halo kind of go down in a downward trend in terms of like the review scores and stuff like that. But I want to talk about this technical multiplayer preview, and what a lot of people are talking about in terms of Downgrade.
Keep in mind, this is Downgrades he is talking about for a technical preview he has admitted to not playing. And yet, he somehow still feels qualified enough to actually give a review of these supposed downgrades.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Crapgamer.
Did this man just do an intro 2 fucking minutes into his video?
What's up, everybody? It's me, Crapgamer, with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please hit the like button, share it out. Let me know what you guys think. We're rebuilding. We're having some fun. This is, like I said, this is the fun part about it, getting to talk about like the gaming and all this kind of stuff. It just, to me, I love it. I love talking about video games, and believe it or not, I understand, like, when it comes to video games, no two people are alike. I'm just pointing out that for me personally, a lot of times, especially when it comes to the franchises that I love Xbox for, it just doesn't seem like they're the same that they used to be, or the same class or level.
I mean, he's not wrong. He does love ranting about games so much that he'll get into random Twitter arguments about them and then make these grifting videos about them as well. After this, he proceeds to rant about the fact that he only bought Xbox so he could play Halo. I'm just gonna cut it out because, like a lot of Crapgamer's videos, this one just has a lot of additional fluff.
I love these games, and I just, it's sad to me that they've kind of fallen by the wayside because, and I don't mean this in a super negative way, but it's like cover bands, covering your favorite musical artist or something. It's just not the same as what it used to be, and that's really unfortunate. I hope to see, better from.
Initially, I thought there were 3 types of Halo fans in the world. First off, there's the ones who don't like Bungie. Second off, there's the ones who don't like 343. And now there is a third, simply known as Crapgamer, aka the one motherfucker who can't formulate a single argument or even know what he's talking about. It's depressing, man. And it's a few minutes into the video already, we still don't know what downgrades Halo Infinite has supposedly received.
From these companies, and I hope that, to be honest with you, I hope that we see greatness from this next Halo, right? Like, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, who cares, blah, 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 it's going to be great. Like, there's a lot of ignorant people out there, and I know some people probably feel like, hey, you know what, I'm one of them, and I think that that's fine.
It's also true as well, considering that you don't see...
For me personally, I feel like Halo used to be just this amazing thing, and now when you play it, it almost doesn't, doesn't even really feel like Halo. And it's not a sprint thing. I like sprint in Halo games. It's just this whole thing that Microsoft is after, right? Where you're mixing in players playing on all different kind of platforms. You got some people playing at 30 frames per second. You got some people playing 120 frames per second. Some people 140 or whatever it is on PC. With what I'm saying. It just, to me, it's just one of those things that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Is this man unironically complaining about crossplay? So apparently, people being able to play with each other is now a bad thing, and also people playing on different platforms, some of which are stronger than others, and having different frame rates and experiences in regards to runtime are suddenly a bad thing.
And I know, like, people really kind of look at this and they go, well, you know what? This is just really one of those situations where, me personally, it's like the first Halo game that I'm not going to be playing day one. And that's kind of sad to me. It's like when I look back and when people realize what a Gears of War fan is, like, I literally spent hundreds of dollars to get a Gears of War tattoo.
And I needed to know that because
they really kind of jacked up the series. And I feel the same way with Halo. Like when you go back and you look at Halo, like anytime you play something, it's a product of that particular time, and I've stated that multiple times. Halo 5 for me was kind of fun. I played through the campaign with 4 people at launch, and it was a good time. I thought that it was what it was. Then looking back years later, you go, I could see where some of the criticisms came in. I thought it was a good first-person shooter. It just wasn't a good Halo game, right? Like if I'm honest about it, and I just felt like, Microsoft really tried to force, oh well, let's put some female Spartans in there, let's put this in there, let's diversify.
Oh fuck. Are we really gonna try and argue that Halo 5 failed because diversity? No, the reason it failed was because characters weren't fleshed out at all. The gameplay was not really Halo. Also, it had an insane content drought of a launch, so I don't know where you're getting this diversity stuff from as the only reason the game failed. And we still have not figured out what exactly is a downgrade in Halo Infinite.
And when it comes to the tech test or whatever, do I think it's a downgrade? Do I think it looks terrible? I think it looks okay. I don't think it looks like, a $500 million game that's, that's honestly supposed to blow everybody away on this new engine or whatever, anything like that, like from what I've seen.
Okay, before we actually continue, allow me to clarify something else. He's judging a tech test that he has not played. He admits he was invited, but then also admits he did not play the beta, or tech test, or whatever it's called.
It just looks like a typical kind of, it looks like Halo. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. It doesn't really, I'm not like, holy cow, that's so impressive. Oh my gosh, like that, that's never really going to be me when it comes to Halo, because it looks like freaking Halo.
So, is that suddenly a big problem? Or even a surprise? Oh my god, my Halo game looks like Halo. This is unacceptable, 343. Go fuck yourselves, this is an absolute downgrade. And I feel like a broken record saying this again, but he still has not described how Halo Infinite has supposedly been downgraded.
And when it comes to some of these other aspects of it, I just feel like it's unfortunate because I think 343 aren't super competent, and I don't think. Listen, I know people like for some reason like to act like I am the type of person that is going to wish that Halo does bad. I don't want it to do bad, and I've been on record as saying I think that Halo Infinite will have the most players of any Halo ever, right? It just will. It's going to have the most players ever. But with that being said, without a BR mode right away, people are going to try it out because it's free and it's Halo, and that's a big name. But then it probably won't be, this huge thing anymore. Like if you just look at it, and I know these are older games, but look at the Master Chief Collection, right? Everybody acted like it was this huge exciting thing, and they're like, oh, we did this, millions of people. And you look at it on any given day, and there's like 4,000 people on there.
So there's 2 arguments he set out here. One, Halo Infinite won't have a lot of player retention because there's no Battle Royale mode, which is one of the stupidest arguments to make, especially for an OG Halo fan. His second claim is that Halo MCC isn't blowing up because it's an older game, and presumably also that it doesn't have a Battle Royale mode, which again is a stupid claim to make. When in fact the reason why MCC's player count is so low recently is because of the Halo Infinite flight, and also because it's a paid game as opposed to a free one like Infinite.
On Steam, and you would imagine much less than that on Xbox. So I don't really hold like a ton of hope out for that. I do think that we're going to see some initial goodness, and I stick by that. Whether it'll stay, I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. With that being said, let me know what you guys think. Downgrade, upgrade, in between, indifferent. Let me know. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crapgamer 'em up. Crapgamer out.
10 fucking minutes. And I still never got to know what exactly was downgraded in Halo Infinite specifically. Throughout the whole video, this dude just ranted about Gears of War and Halo and how far both of them felt. Oh my god, I think I lost brain cells. I'm gonna go, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably just gonna go slam my head against a wall now. Have a great day.
Fuck, kill me, please.